Eleanor and the House of Forgotten Things. Eleanor wasn't scared of the dark or creaky noises or even spiders. Her biggest fear was forgetting things, those precious little moments and memories that made you who you were. You couldn't fight a monster or outrun a shadow, but a forgotten memory that just vanished, leaving a hole no one else could see. Her grandmother always said, "A house is just a container for memories, Ellie." But after Grandma Lily passed away, her house was sold, all her belongings packed up in boxes. Eleanor wished she could rescue every single one of Grandma's treasures and keep them safe. The new owners, the Prims, were, well, prim. They frowned at laughter and replaced Grandma Lily's wildflower garden with a neatly trimmed lawn. Eleanor, missing her grandmother terribly, took to sneaking over the fence in the twilight and peering into the windows of her old home. One foggy evening, she saw a flicker of movement inside. Had the Prims forgotten to switch off a light? Gathering her courage, Eleanor tiptoed closer. The front door was unlocked. Tentatively, she pushed it open. Inside, everything was different. The furniture was jumbled, the pictures askew. Her grandmother's cozy armchair was perched on the dining table, and a stack of cracked teacups sat on the floor, swirling with mist. In the hallway, a familiar smell tickled her nose. Cinnamon and apples, like Grandma Lily's baking. A giggle echoed through the house, a high, tinkling sound. A pair of bright eyes peeked out from under a dusty sofa. Not a child's eyes, but something smaller. "Found you," squeaked a voice, and a tiny, furry creature with enormous ears scampered out, sniffing Eleanor's ankles. It certainly wasn't a cat or a dog. It resembled a bat, but covered in fluffy gray fur. "What are you?" Eleanor stammered. "I'm a snuffler," the creature squeaked proudly. "And this is the House of Forgotten Things." Apparently, whenever someone forgot something, the memory didn't quite disappear. It drifted like a soap bubble until it found its way to the house where snufflers guarded it. There were snufflers of all shapes and sizes, with noses for sniffing out lost words, tails that twitched to the rhythm of forgotten songs, and fur that changed color to match fading feelings. The house itself was impossible. Rooms led to other rooms that shouldn't exist. There was a staircase that ended in midair, and a kitchen crammed full of chipped mugs, each swirling with the ghostly scent of tea parties and bedtime stories. Eleanor spent hours wandering the house, guided by the snufflers. She found her first missing tooth, a note written in her grandmother's loopy handwriting, and even the forgotten tune of a lullaby her mother used to sing. Each memory sparked a warmth that spread through her chest. But then, high on a dusty shelf, she spotted a china figurine of a dancing lady, the one Grandma had tucked her into bed with every single night. As Eleanor touched it, the house swirled, and the snufflers chirped with alarm. "You mustn't take anything," a snuffler with wise eyes explained. "The memories belong here. If they go back out into the world, the house begins to crumble." With a heavy heart, Eleanor left, understanding. The house was a refuge, not a storage unit. It was where forgetting became a little less scary. And as for the Prims, that neat lawn of theirs, it seemed a perfect place to plant some wildflower seeds accidentally dropped from Eleanor's pocket. A tiny burst of color for forgotten things to find their way home.